Back. Back. We're going to see what our discussion will be today for, for the mind. Yeah. Gotta play the theme song. You have to deliver the word. Almost there. War brings it. Mental, therefore psychological war. I sit here and I talk to you today. At times I feel like I'm too late. At other times I feel like I'm too soon. I bring knowledge, not belief. If I don't know too much about things, I'll just say the things that I know. In order to study something, you must study it 3-4 times to know just a little of the subject before we generally speak about things. Right now, we are traveling through a dark place. Okay, we haven't been able to see too well. Therefore, we believe in things that we don't understand. This allows us to have many follies in our travel. It's very obvious I don't follow religion because I have a connection to the cosmic mind. So my life itself is a cosmology dealing with elemental laws and occurrences and things that create other things and the tempests of karma, the styles of the universe that creates our reality. Most things denied to us. In this nucleus of self, there is a dark, deep place. Light also comes through this place. If we're not able to comprehend the difference of knowledge and ignorance, we can't comprehend what I'm trying to say. Right now, I have been seeing and dealing in a place that is for those who are basically consciously dead on deeper levels. Okay, they have their levels where they can come together collectively, but they're very shallow, low, elementary mentality levels. And you have grown-ups with the minds of children. They have grown old, but not up. And we still have the slave master mind, which governs our behavior. So without having any type of code of conduct we move through. See, my life is a cosmology, as I said. So my reactions are to actions. I still follow laws for causation and reaction. I have to know enough of the universe within me, which some will call a chart, to know if I am able to deal with the universe in another, which most times I have to look deep within them and experience certain things with them to know if this phenomenon exists with us. Okay, we have a lot of things that must be done, and I have a lot of teaching to do. So obviously I have even more learning to do to be a better teacher and a better learner. But I go to the source as best as I can to try to describe things. Okay? Presently, our situation is that we are still dealing with a foundation that is not our own, that we pass down to another generation. This has to be studied and recognized for us to get out of these hellish conditions, I'll put it that way. So even if we do want to follow lower levels of the mind called religions where we believe things without knowing them, this will be our choice. We cannot continue to run from our responsibilities, which these religions try to tell us is someone else's responsibility. The collective is the all. We are just that, just us, small. But we have a collective nature, a collective consciousness. We call it God. We must know how to sacrifice parts of ourselves for the whole if we want to have a better place to give our children. Now, if we're beyond this, there's no reason to talk. If we were here just to get what we want for ourselves and that's all it's about, there's no reason to learn anything except how to steal, rob, and destroy. Who they call that? Who steals and robs and destroys? We do. Our selfish nature. Do we have any knowledge of self to know how to take care of self? Or are we going to devour one another with our own selfish desires and our own ignorance that creates the hellish conditions? Passing and living with superstitions See, soon I will have to break things down with a sound and a beat. And for those who want to only listen stuff, they only want to listen if they're moving their feet. But I'm an artist, so I must bring the information and the message and the knowledge, and I must do this. It must be complete. I have those around me who are trying to stand on their feet. I have many that just want to lay in the bed and just sit back and be fed this belief so they can stay asleep. They don't want to wake because that is too deep. Then we have a responsibility to keep. Right now, I did have a listener who asked me to speak on Lilith. And it was interesting to me that she wanted to know about Lilith, which is a deity or a angle of the goddess mind on the dark side, on the lewd side. Some say she was Adam's first wife, who was not tolerating to be as a servant to him. But these are late religions because in the ancient religion, goddess always ruled in our religion anyway. So this was after this period of time. So you're talking about they would call her a demon of the night, a selfish, promiscuous woman, a lewd woman, who can be violent. But she wants her way. Okay, she comes to take. She will take a man. Okay, she's aggressive. Okay, Lilith is a powerful female, dark goddess form. Okay, who has been known to be what? Extremely selfish. That's what they call evil. I prefer to not anger or deal with the angry, aggressive, lewd nature of the dark, which is feminine. Okay, we have these natures all within us, right? However, that is the basic length that I would talk about Lilith. Everything is a paradox, so we should know the dark and the light, the twilight. We want to go with the rise and the setting of the light, the sun. So we should follow what intrigues us the most. So those looking to devour men in a sexual way would be into Lilith, basically. My limited understanding of this goddess, because there are so many of these deities that are created and worshipped, and had their time, their way. Okay, so you're talking about the vengeful nature of her force that may also come in a sexual way, is Lilith. Outside of these things, we need to unlearn some things so we can learn how to be responsible if we choose to create a destiny of harmony, If we choose to create these things, we should learn the laws of nature, which I had spoken of before, but I always got to speak of again. Of course, I had to always grab the book and put the book back out there because the book is needed. Culture Shock Awakening. I've been given some information that needs to be shared, but not with those who are just trying to be newsy, those who are ready to be responsible for what we are presently in. If not, it's your choice to the matter. I will be finding new subjects that we'll be working on to help us get wake as they say, so we can know the universe and allow the universe to be our guidance the way our ancestors did. Okay, the highest form of knowledge is magic, and we must be able to know the basic ways of universe before we can work on making miraculous things happen in a positive way in our lives. There are certain things that can be done within time to create a better way for us and those we care for. Okay, so I will tell you to have a great weekend, and I hope that that information on Lilith, the dark form woman who takes what she wants in sensual ways, is a thief of babies, she's been called. Always something to do with the night, however, is Lilith. So have a good weekend. We will talk soon. Peace. Blessings with the sound. Get out in nature. Enjoy your weekend. Keep balance. That means work, recreation, and rest. Always.